Hello, it has been a while since I've done a video, and today I'm going to do a video on this DROK or DROK, I don't know how it's pronounced, DC to DC converter. This is a buck converter that takes approximately up to 32 volts input and can supply several amps. As usual, the instruction sheet for this little thing is quite confusing, and I thought I'd do a quick video that describes what I have learned about this. I purchased this on Amazon. This is a printout of the what the web page looks like. About $14. It's pretty amazing that you can get this DC to DC converter with this little built-in LCD display. The built-in LCD display will display current output and your voltage output. It can also be used to display the input voltage if you so desire. My unit was about 0.2 of a volt off, meaning and it was 0.2 of a volt low, so when it was saying 12 volts output, it was really about 11.8. I adjusted or did the trim procedure on this guy, and now you can see, if you can read this little screen, that it is 12 volts output. Other than the LCD, there are 4 LEDs on the circuit board, here, 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 and here. This LED will light up when you have the output routed through the USB connection. Charging indicator will light when you have typically more than 50 milliamps load. Full indicator is going to assert when you typically have less than a 50 milliamp load. The constant current indicator means that it is now limiting the current, and it's going to decrease the voltage to maintain that current. Right now, I am feeding the DC to DC regulator with 24 volts, and I have adjusted the potentiometer here to output 12 volts, and you can see here that we've got 12 volts, and I am going to set my load to constant resistance, so it looks like a normal resistor, and I have it set for 10 ohms. I'm going to turn that on. 12 volts divided by 10 ohms is going to be 1.2 amps, and that is what we're showing here, and we're showing here 1.22 amps. If we wanted to activate the constant current, what I'll do is I'll turn this potentiometer to the counterclockwise, and we're going to keep on going here, keep on going. Okay, oops, there we go. So soon as I hit about right there, we can see that this red LED starts to turn on, and that means that we are now limiting the current on its output. So the red LED is turned on, and this current is going to start to fall as I adjust this counterclockwise. This DC to DC converter, to maintain the current that you are setting, has to drop its voltage. So this all works perfectly. Now what I can do is, if I increase this resistance, it will present less load, and this voltage will start to increase, and the constant current LED should go off. So I'm going to go to 20 ohms. There we go. So I went to 20 ohms. It's now only pulling 0.6 amps. The constant current LED went off, and we're up to our 12 volts. Let's discuss how these LEDs operate over here on the left hand side. Right now I have my load set up for 10 ohms. We have a 12 volt output, and I have the potentiometer turned all the way clockwise, so it is not limiting the current. Since it's not limiting the current, we would have 12 volts divided by 10 ohms, which is going to be approximately 1.2 amps. What I can do is I can decrease the current limit, and as soon as I hit approximately that 1.2 amps, we'll start to see the voltage drop as well as the current. Right there. At this point right now, we're roughly limiting the current to 1.2 amps. So if I decrease my resistance, it will still supply the 1.2 amps, but it's going to have to lower the voltage to maintain that 1.2 amps. So let's do that right now. So I'm dropping this to 9 ohms, and you can see that we're maintaining the 1.2 amps. So this is in constant current, and we've noticed that the LED is now on. I can keep on decreasing this value. I'm at 7 ohms, 6 ohms, 5 ohms, and the device is working properly in that it's limiting the current to 1.2 amps. However, it's having to adjust that voltage down to maintain that 1.2 amps. Okay, so I'm going to pull this resistor value up, and we're now back to our 10 ohms, and we're at 1.2 amps. Now if I increase the voltage, it will hit a threshold that's predetermined. That seems to be roughly in the range of 50 to 100 milliamps, and at that point it's going to assert the full LED. 30 ohms, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So right now I'm at 80 ohms. It's only pulling about, the load is pulling about 0.13 amps, and the full LED is asserted. What this is trying to do is it's set up so that you could charge a battery and get a visual indication of when it's charged. We are back to our 10 ohm load. We can see that we're outputting about 12 volts. And we are 1.2 amps. Our constant current indicator is just barely starting to turn on. What I want to do now is decrease my load, my ohms here, and we are going to take this up to its rating of around 3.5 amps, and we'll see if it current limits by itself. Let's see what happens when we pull full current. So I'm going to take the I adjust, and I'm going to spin this a bunch of times clockwise. There we go. That's full clockwise, and we will start decreasing load. There's 9 ohms, 8 ohms, 7 ohms, 6 ohms. So the math is working out right. We have a 12 volt output, and we've got a 6 ohm load. That would be 2 amps. 5 ohms, 4 ohms. There's a 3 amp output. My fan just got a little bit noisier because it's now have to soak up some heat. And we'll go just a little bit further because I think it should be it's supposed to be good up to 3.5 amps. And it current limited right there. So it went into a protection mode after 3 amps. Here's how I'd set this up to charge a lithium battery, a single cell lithium battery. I would not use this device to charge lithium batteries unattended because there's no way to terminate the charging of the battery with this device. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the voltage to roughly 4.1, 4.2 volts. I'm going to err on the safety side, and I'm going to go to about 4.1 volts. And say I want to charge at a maximum of, say, half an amp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my unit into constant current. I have it set up for half an amp. I'm going to hit on, and I'm going to adjust the constant current till that just starts to come on. Okay, right there. What this is going to do, I've set my limit to half an amp and my voltage to 4.1 volts. And if I'm now going to go back to constant resistance, and I'm going to simulate a battery. What's happening right now is I have a 4 ohm resistance, so the battery is going to start with a low resistance. The unit is current limiting. It's only supplying 2 volts, and it's in a constant current mode. The lithium battery wants to charge initially constant current and then switch to constant voltage. I'm 0.53 amps. I'm going to increase my resistance. That's simulating that the battery is starting to charge. We can see that the voltage is rising as it's charging. I'm at 6 ohms. You can see the voltage is increasing. I'm going to keep on increasing this. The battery is getting more full, and then we can see that it popped out of constant current mode, and now it's just in constant voltage. As it gets more and more charged, I'm going to keep on increasing this resistor to simulate that, and we can now see that we're maintaining constant voltage, but our current is now starting to drop. I'm at 20 ohms. I'm going to keep on going. The battery is getting charged. It's getting near full. I'm going to keep on going. Right there, this blue LED is lit up saying charged. So at this voltage, this little device has got a threshold that basically says once we get to roughly 100 milliamps, the battery is charged. However, it's still going to trickle charge. It's going to still keep on charging that battery at this rate. And so if we left this attached and unattended, it's going to keep on putting power into that battery, which is not a good thing. The battery is still attached, and maybe the battery specification says that it should only be in this state for maybe 30 minutes or 60 minutes, but this has no way to terminate this, so it's just going to keep on charging forever, which is going to be bad for the battery. What else can we show? Right now I have the voltage output set for 12 volts, and my current limit is fully clockwise. I'm going to short the output and see what happens. I'm going to do a short. The short will be inside the instrument, and it will have this wire coming up, and so it will drive a little bit of voltage here. Let's see what we got. Okay, we're shorted, and it's measuring its output at 0.6 volts at roughly 5 amps. Remove the short, and it restored. So that's a good result. Let's see how the device behaves with a high current pulse. I'm going to go into my pulse settings, and I have the constant current set up for half an amp. We will pulse to a 4 amp load, and we're going to do that pulse for a half a second. So here is our half an amp constant load, and then when I push the transient button, it's going to give it a half-second burst of 4 amps. And what we're interested in seeing is if this unit keeps on working and if our voltage maintains 12 volts, or if the system shuts down. I'm going to hit the transient button. That looked good. We did drop just a touch in our voltage, which would be expected. And we can see the current here momentarily goes up. There are 4 different modes of operation of the LCD. They can be accessed by hitting the set button. F0 is monitors the output voltage. F1 monitors the input voltage. F2 will alternate between the input and output voltage. F3 selects the USB output. And this display is blinking right now to warn you that you are going to enable 12 volts to come out the USB connection, which would typically not be normal and possibly be dangerous. We're now looking at the output noise of the DC to DC converter. I have a 0.1 microfarad cap tied on the output of the unit, and I am currently drawing 0.5 amp. I will turn off the load back on. This is 100 milliamps load, 0.5 amp, 1 amp, 2 amps. So the noise doesn't change too much, and it looks like we have a switching noise at approximately 190 kilohertz, and our peak to peak noise is approximately 130 millivolts. I'm going to wrap this video up. The little DC to DC module works well. Appears to be well made. Don't have any major problems with it. The instructions are a little to be desired. At $14, it appears to be a pretty good deal. Thank you. Bye.